Hey guys, so I posted a picture on Instagram for a poll of if I should do vlogs up until my competition, and 84% of you said yes, so here I am. Thank you for watching if you are. So my first video is going to be a little bit about me. It's not going to be that interesting just yet, so perhaps when I post this one you can comment with more things that you want me to talk about or show you. So I'm a list person and I've written all my notes down of what I'm gonna talk about today. So I'll just do a little bit about me and let you know why I've chosen and am ready mentally to compete again. So my name's Amy, I'm 27. I'm a manager in training at Anytime Fitness, and I'm also a qualified PT as well. I'm doing online coaching under Ames Fitness as well. My first comp that I did was in 2014, so that was with INBA. It's now called ICN, but it was with INBA in 2014. The Melbourne Classic it was called, and so that was for fitness, and I did come first, not in the opening category because I had no idea what I was doing, no idea what open even meant, but I won just the fitness category, which was pretty cool. It was my first comp and I won something, and who knew that was going to happen to me? I just certainly didn't know. And then after that competition, I did my second comp in the year after, in 2015, for the Southern Cross at FedEx, is it called? Was it called? I don't know. So it was at the Melbourne Convention Centre through INBA, now called ICN. I did fitness again and I didn't place. I think I was like 5th. But I don't know how it all works back then. I can tell you I did open category and I was against Lauren Simpson. Yeah, we all know who she is. So it's the usual story, I guess, with comp prep. It's my first competition. I got ready in 8 weeks. Yes, I was already lean, so it wasn't that hard to get that lean, but it was hard. So I prepped for 8 weeks. I had about 30 grams to 40 grams of oats in the morning, and the rest was barramundi and asparagus. And I got lean. But what happened after the competition, the typical what do you want after your comp, I had a peanut butter sandwich, and from there, in the first week, and I cannot explain to you how detrimental that was on my health. Not just physically, but mentally. That was probably the lowest point in my life. I'm not kidding you, and I'm not exaggerating on that. I did compete. I won. I had my own fitness studio. I was living out of home, and within a week, I had to move back home. I crashed my car. My studio fell through, and I was fat. So. And I could not stop eating. I literally ate everything. I won't go into too much detail there, but it kept going for about 3 months after, and I could not stop. And I thought there was something completely wrong with me because I was like, why couldn't I keep my physique, blah, 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 and it was just because my hormones ran out of whack from dieting really stupidly. So, it was hard for me to mentally understand what was going on, because why couldn't I keep myself happy when I just won this competition? But then there was all these other factors, like crashing my car, had to move back home, yay, and losing my studio. It all happened in the 1 week, so it was pretty sad, but I'm so happy it happened as well, because I wouldn't be where I am now and have the strength that I do mentally and physically. And so my second comp took me 12 weeks. So the think of it now, so I competed in May, had that blowout. It was probably around June that I was like, oh, I got to compete again. So in December, I was like, I got to prep. So I was weighing about 62 kilos, and I competed in the Southern Cross, like I said, and I got down to about 48 on stage kilos, and that was a massive drop. Same thing, eating chicken and broccoli and hardly any carbs at all. Trying not to binge throughout those 12 weeks was absolutely mission. I did get on stage. I did have an amazing time after that at the night of my comp. However, same thing happened again. Blew out, ate heaps. Was mentally happening to me, let alone physically. And I probably have stuck at the weight 62 kilos for the last 2 years, and I'm usually a comfortable 55. So now that I'm doing bodybuilding and I was eating more and training smart, eating smart, have put on muscle, so my body composition has changed. So weight isn't an indication of my progression, but it will give you an idea of just how severe I dieted. So maintenance is our issue, people. It's not weight loss. Maintaining what we get is our issue. So that's what I want to help girls with, is maintenance. We can all lose weight. We all can. There's no problem with that. But it's the maintenance issue that's the real big problem. And with that, what I've learned now that I have my coach, Rach, I've learned you have to pay the money for the knowledge. I've also gone through Ben Cart. He's amazing, the most knowledgeable man I've ever met, and Rach has just been absolutely so supportive and doesn't even feel like I'm prepping right now for the competition. There's a bug. That's what we do in Australia. Aussie salute. So 2015 was my last comp. Blew out from that, and it's now 2018 if no one knew. It is. So 2015 was my last comp, and then it wasn't until May 2017 that I decided I was going to change everything, and that meant I wanted to compete, so I needed to change everything. I knew my mental state was there. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, how do you mentally even get there? Like, a lot of people will say, oh, I could never do that, or I could never restrict, or it's too much effort, or blah, blah, blah. If there's any goal that you want to achieve in life, you will find out a way to get there. I'm just going to give you advice of how I did it. However, you don't need to know how you're going to get there. You just got to know what your goal is that you want to achieve, and it doesn't have to be bodybuilding. It could be you want to do a photo shoot. It could be you have a wedding, blah, blah, blah. So with that, yes, I had 2 years off mentally, physically. Always train. I always train. Just got to put it out there. My training is my thing. Helps with your mental state, absolutely. So I did reach out to coaches in those 2 years. I tried, I failed. And I cannot stress to you how many, it was just always in my head, I've got to compete again. Even though I was like, nah, my second comp, I'm done, it was still in my head to be like, comp, and I was like, get out of my head. And so that meant I need to honour what I'm thinking and feeling, so I was going to compete again, and I am competing again. So how did I know it was the right time, I guess you're asking. I look back now, it was my environment. Remember that, guys, it's your environment. So I changed where I was living, and I have my own place now. Thanks to my roommate, it's possible, and my partner. So I have my own rental. I've moved 12 times in my lifetime. I'm sick. I was just sick of living with other people, with other people's rules. Yes, it's a give and take relationship, but when you've got your own place and your own space, it just feels a lot more comfortable. So I changed where I was living. I also have a new job now, so I was hired at any time in around August, so May, June, July, August. So by August, I was really prepared to start competing because I am appreciated at the work that I do, and I get enough sleep at that workplace. Whereas the other jobs that I was working for, in the times that I was competing, I was busting my ass for these companies, and they did not appreciate me. Lack of sleep, trying to get sales, doing the best I can, and it was still just not appreciated. So new place, new job, feeling appreciated, and the sleep was there. Not to mention the support from my partner, Brett, new relationship, having someone there, not necessarily understands competing, is complete opposite to me, but that's what makes this work really well, is because we're opposite. He knows how to have a great time and enjoy life. I know structure and routine. We balance each other out perfectly. So I had that freedom to go and go out to dinner, enjoy the movies, enjoy life, and then I'm teaching him how to have a routine, structure, implement goals to help you get where you want to be in the future. And not to mention the roommate that I'm living with is awesome. So having that support around you, not only where you work, but where you live and who you live with, it's amazing. And the fact that we're both into fitness, I cannot thank her enough, for living with me, and it's been the best decision ever. I guess in June of 2017, I put goals down for myself where I was going to compete in May and of 2018, and in June I was like, I need to prep for my comp prep. So what that means is, for 12 weeks I monitored what I ate, how I trained, what my sleep was, what my supplements was, where was I getting hungry, what was my body feeling like when I was training. So tracking, I mean, like, I bought a calendar, a weekly calendar. I wrote down all my food and I highlighted it when I ate it. Yes, I was on high carbs, very, very high carbohydrate diet, high calories, so that's why I look like a heifer. Very puffy. Gym felt amazing because it was for performance. Not necessarily did I feel comfortable in the clothes that I was wearing. No, not at all. But that was not the point. The point of me tracking was, can I even stick to something? Can I even put in the discipline to get the results that I want? Not necessarily was it going to be strict and I was going to grind and whatever. It was just about me getting an idea of what I was already doing and sticking to it. Adherence is everything. Consistency is everything. If you can't stick to it, it's not working for you. Like, as a PT, a lot of people will come to me and say, oh, I did lose 10 kilos, it worked, but now I want to lose the 10 kilos again because I've put it back on. No, it didn't work because you have put on the 10 kilos again. This is about sustainability for the rest of your life. So I was like, if I don't want to blow out again and get fat, how I put on weight like I did, I need to adhere to it long term. So every time I ate something, I highlighted it. Perhaps in the next vlog I will show you what I do. So for 12 weeks I was like, I've got to track what I'm doing because I know I need a coach. I know I'll eventually need a coach to get me where I want to be. Successful people leave clues, so reach out to those people. You must surround yourself around like-minded people. You have to do it. So I contacted Rach. Best decision I've ever done in my whole entire life. She is incredible and I cannot thank her or highly recommend her enough. So September 29th, that's all the rest of my notes. So I'm going to wing it from here. So September 29th, I contacted Rach. She sent through my meal plan. She sent through my training program. For 12 weeks, we've been tracking, and I look incredible. I feel incredible. I don't even feel like I'm prepping. And only last week have we incorporated oats again. And I've stuck to it. So what I'm getting at is, from pre-prepping for my prep, I was able to transition into Rachel's new plan, because I know she did ask me, are you ready for me to completely change everything? And I was like, yes I am. And I wasn't just saying that because I was. As soon as she put in that new plan, I had my old plan, I had to throw that out, and then I had to implement her new plan. But I'd already been adhering to my goals of, I have to eat this, I have to train this, I have my treat meal here, I have my supplements here. I even go so far as tracking when my bills and income are coming in. So with that, when Rach gave it through to me, I was like, oh wow, this is completely different. And do you know what? Because I have a system in place, I've been sticking to it ever since. I write everything down that I need to do for the week, and I highlight it. It's in my kitchen as I go to say, yes, I've had my meal 1, my meal 2, my meal 3, my meal 4, my supplements, and what I've trained in my cardio. I highlight it as I go. That just works for me. I'm not going to say it's going to work for everyone, but that is what is working for me. So, to sum up, I have 15 weeks to go, and it's going to be tough. It really is. It's not going to be easy as I go forward. If there's anything you want me to talk about, I will. This was just an introduction. I am 15 weeks out. I'll post a before and after of what I look like, perhaps now. The first one would be Jan of 2017. The next one's Jan now. So you can see the difference in my body. So I have, 15 weeks. Today I got the dress for the show. I'm using Samba Couture for my bikini. I've got a penthouse for the Gold Coast. Flights are done. And I've prepared all this way in advance. You know, my hair, makeup, everything. So I guess what I can do is film some things that I do daily, and then at the end of the week put it all together and give you a week view of what I'm doing. The show is on May 6th, I think. So yeah, I'll try and do weekly updates. Sorry, I will do weekly updates. I'll try and give you a daily idea of what I'm doing. May 5th it is, the show, so it's actually quite scary to think about it, but I know. Aussie salute! Yeah, buddy. Flies. So that is pretty much all I want to speak about today, is just a little bit about me and how I have prepared to get where I am now mentally. And I think that's the biggest thing that you need to think about. When you contact a coach to say, yeah, I want to compete, are you ready? Really sit down and put a list of goals together. Are you going to adhere to something that's completely new? Are you going to... No, have you even done any training at the gym before? Do you have a foundation of muscle? If you don't, perhaps consider how long you want to take to get there. So they're just a little few tips that I would recommend. But I will leave it there. I don't want to chit-chat for too much longer. But this will be my first vlog. It's really exciting and it's really weird talking to a computer that's sitting on my bed. But 84% of you wanted to see what I have to say, so I know the first vlog is a little bit me chatting, but hopefully I will get savvy and start doing effects and stuff. I mean, to say I went to university and did my graphic, well, visual art degree, so I know how to use the video, whatever it is. Anyways, I will chat to you guys later. Please comment, like, share. Let me know what you want me to talk about specifically. That would be really great, because then I can give you ideas of how this journey may help you in whatever it is you want to achieve. So thanks for listening. Take it easy, and always be positive, because as I always say, it's better than the alternative. See you later, guys.